Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's God Made Trader, and we are back again, our weekly trading analysis. I trust you guys had a wonderful trading week. I'm sure the market did you guys well, and as you can see, we had a lot of things that went on this week that just passed. We had Israel and Iran that just started up their beef. I think recently, that Thursday, Thursday/Friday, we had Israel sending out missiles to Iran, and we have Iran retaliating back. And yeah, it's actually caused a lot of movement in the market, especially with oil. Also, we have some other stuff going on economically. So yeah, the market has been really crazy this weekend. Guess what, guys? We made quite some good money this week by the grace of God. I mean, we made some really good profits this week. If you are new to this channel, also do well to like and subscribe. Also check out my previous videos, and you can see how far we've grown and stuff I put out there. So yeah, I'll be taking you guys through some of the charts I'm looking out for the coming week. I think from last week we had I told you guys USOIL was about to move to the upside. Check out my previous video, you see it, and you can see what happened after this last week candle close. You can see what happened this week for oil. You can see this push to the upside. I told you guys USOIL, UKOIL was about to shoot to the upside, and guess what, guys? I made some profit on these two pairs, UKOIL, that's Brent, and USOIL. So yeah, guys, we are back again this week for some pairs, and I think this last week it was only USOIL and UKOIL that I took trades on. For EU, for G, you haven't really gotten an opportunity based on they've been having some slow movement, but I'm expecting some bigger movement on them this week. So guys, let's quickly go through what we have for this week. And as you know, we start from our top down analysis, start from our weekly down to our 4-hour, and we use either the 4-hour and the 2 hours for our entry signal. So as you guys know, the way I trade, I analyze the chart, look at what the weekly is saying, the daily is saying, and the 4-hour, and I make sure that at least 2 of these time frames align in trend, or at most the 3. Then my entry signal is most likely the morning star or the evening star formation at any structure level, and also the 50 EMA crossover. So at least with if you check out my previous video, I did a video of how I analyze the trade, but today I'm just going to show you guys what I'm expecting for this week guys, and do well to stay with us, guys. If you've not subscribed, like and subscribe, share this channel. I mean, I'm giving out free stuff every week, and if you check through all the analysis I've been doing, they've been playing out perfectly by God's grace. Most has been playing out perfectly by God's grace, and I mean, it's for free. So guys, share this channel, watch my previous videos, and just enjoy. Let's go together. Okay, yeah, so what do we have this week? Firstly, I'm looking out for UKOIL. You can see after we created this inverse head and shoulders for UKOIL, you can see we have our left shoulder here, and the head and right shoulder here. And then we broke to this upside. So you can see now we are back above 2 structure levels, first this one and then this one. And you can see from what we've seen from previous price action, we can see this level has been significant. Price has reacted of this level. So what can we see? Our weekly time frame initially we were trending to the downside, creating lower low and lower high and lower low. Then before we created this reversal signal, which is the inverted and shoulders, and then we created this morning star candle formation around here. So you can see we had this bearish candle, kind of doji, then this bullish candle to the upside. So I saw it as a morning star candle formation, and then we broke back above this structure level. And if we come down to our daily, so our weekly we are bullish. If we come down to our daily on oil, you can see our price reacted here, creating this right shoulder. We had this morning star formation here. We had another morning star formation of last week Friday close, which led to me taking entry this week here. I took one entry here, I took profits around here, and also around here, yes, around here. Then I waited for a retracement, got my entry back around this level here, and then took profits around somewhere here for oil. So yeah guys, we made some really good money off this market. So this is what I'm expecting this week. You can see the weekly is bullish, the daily is also bullish, and we are really pushing to the upside on US oil. This move you saw here, which happened Thursday stroke Friday, was when Israel launched an attack on Iran, and it happened overnight. I woke up to see this bullish candle to the upside. I mean, it went through my profit, my take profit. I passed my challenge. I also made some profit on my funded account. So I mean, this candle was really a big one. I made um about 10k dollars this week, and also 1k dollars on my funded. So guys, this week was really epic. So you can see we had this push to the upside, and what am I expecting for this coming week? Since we are bullish on the weekly, we are bullish on the daily, I'm expecting quite a retracement to this structure level before we continue pushing to the upside. I mean, this Middle East tension that is still ongoing, I'm expecting it to continue to push oil prices to the upside, and I'm expecting price to come back to this level in the long term. I mean, we have this level to take out here for oil, and if you can see, this level is quite a level. We had price reacting up this level, 3 touches. You can see if we go back in time, you also see, I mean, it's been a really strong level for oil. When price broke above it, we had the retest and push to this upside. You can see the test of this level is giving price a push to the upside. Also, we have it here. You can see we test of this level here, really pushing price to the upside. So this is quite a really significant level for UKOIL. That's the Brent cruise, and what I'll be expecting for price to do is we have that retracement back to this level, back to 7126 level before we continue higher. So this is quite one of my top priority trades for the coming week. Also, another conference was this crossover we had here that made me get this entry. We had a break and close above this EMA. I got in exactly at the retracement of the structure level, which I was able to make quite some profit here by God's grace. So yeah, this week I'm expecting more bullish move to the upside. So this is what I'm expecting for oil price. I'm expecting a retracement down to this level, and then before we push to the upside for US oil. So also we have an imbalance here, as you can see. We have an imbalance here. So price is actually giving us higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. I'm expecting a higher low here, probably a test of this EMA2 when it comes close to it. So that's it guys. On the 4 hour we are bullish, on the daily we are bullish, on the weekly we are bullish. So UK oil Brent cruise is one of my top priority trades this week. You can see our price refused to close above this level, so we're expecting more push, a retracement and push to the upside for UK oil, guys. So that's it for UK oil. I'm bullish, guys. What I'll be looking for is an entry signal around this level. So probably a morning star candle formation around this level on the 4 hour or at most on the 2 hour. So I'm expecting either this liquidity should be taken out here. This liquidity here and this liquidity here should be taken out. So that's what I'm expecting, guys, for the week on UK oil. UK oil, guys. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, we have that. We have also next our sorry. So I'll do well to set my alarm for UK oil. I'll do it to set my alarm for UK oil just right below this level. Right below this level, yeah. So I'll get to know when price start coming back to this zone. For retracement for US oil too, I'm expecting the same thing, but I think I'll focus more on UK oil. Reason be that for US oil, I don't really have a really significant structural level to get in. I don't see price dipping down to this level per se, because this level is also similar to the level of UK oil that we had. So these are the thing. I'll be expecting quite probably a retracement to this trend line, because this is quite a higher time frame trend line we broke above. Yeah, okay, so guys, this is it. If you see on the UK, we also broke and closed above this EMA, this weekly EMA. We also broke and closed above this weekly EMA there. So I'll be expecting a retest of that EMA and also the structure level. So UK is giving me more higher probability of where to enter. For US oil, I'm expecting a retracement to most likely this EMA and maybe this level before we start pushing to the upside for US oil. So yeah, guys, I'm bullish on US oil and UK oil. We are bullish on the time frame. What are we expecting for US oil is a move to this level. Maybe yeah, perfectly. So we have the 70 level for US oil. So I'll be expecting a push down to this 70 level, which is, I mean, a whole number, and I'll be expecting price to retest this level before continuing to the upside, guys. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for UK oil and US oil. Now let's move to the dollar index. So if you go to our weekly time frame, you can see I said it's we had this retracement here, we had this evening star formation, we had this pullback, and before pushing to the downside. So we have dollar still bearish. If we go down to our monthly time frame, you can see dollar has finally broke below this support zone, closed below it on the monthly. We tested it. We tested also this EMA. It closed below it, and now it's pushing to the downside. So I'm expecting dollar to come to this level and also further down to this level, on the monthly time frame. So I'm bearish dollar. In a long time, I'm bearish dollar. So if you go down to our weekly, you can see we are bearish on the weekly. We've created this lower low, lower high, and now we've created another lower low. So since we are bearish on the weekly, on the daily, I'm also bearish because we are creating this high, created this low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower lows. So we are creating lower highs and lower lows. So I'm bearish on DXY. Now see what happened, guys. We had this opening gap that was on for Wednesday and Thursday. We had this opening gap here, and you can see price came to touching that opening gap before rejecting lower. So what am I expecting, guys? I'm expecting this week a retracement to the upside, probably taking out Friday high, retesting this structure level here, this support level around here, then before we continue to the downside. So I'm bearish on the XY, and if you go down to our 4-hour, you can see our price has been reacting. And if we draw our 5 level from this high to this low, you can see we came to test this 50, that is equilibrium. So what am I expecting? I'm still expecting a push to this upside, probably a deep premium array before we continue to the downside. Between 0.62 and 0.75. So this is what I'm expecting on the XY. A push to this level, then before we continue lower. Sorry, guys. So yeah, DXY, I'm bearish on DXY, and that's what I'm expecting for this week. Push to the upside, look for probably a reversal signal, evening star, before we continue lower. And now when the XY is pushing lower, what am I expecting on EU and G? I'm expecting them to push to the upside. And as you can see, this is what we have on EU. So now we have EU finally breaking and closing on the weekly above this 1.15 thousand level. On the weekly, we have a break and close above it. If we go back, you can see price has been rejecting this level. It hasn't closed above it. Each time it comes on the weekly, it goes beyond it but refuses to close above it. It comes here, retest. So it has been a really strong resistance level for EU. If you check here too, you can see how it has been refusing to close above it for EU. So it's rejecting of it on the weekly. But now what do we have, guys? See this? Are you guys paying attention? See this level, always rejecting. Acted as a support here, acted as resistance, acted as resistance, acted as resistance. And if we come down to what we have recently, you can see what happened here. It also acted as resistance again, refuses to close above it. But now this week, what do we have? We have a close above this level. Price has finally broken it, and you can see on the weekly we are still bullish, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So what am I expecting for this week? We also have this formation of this morning star candle formation. As if you're expecting long term for DXY to drop, I'm expecting long term for EU to rise, probably hitting this level and this level. Now this week I'm expecting also a retracement back to this level, 1.15 thousand level for EU, then before we continue to the upside. And you can see we also have this imbalance here, this fair value gap on the daily between this candle and this candle high and this candle low. So I'm expecting what on EU, since we are bullish on the weekly, we are bullish on the daily. I'm expecting a retracement back down on EU, a retracement back down to this level, around this level here, before we start pushing to the upside. So guys, stay tuned. Might be having a lot of movement this coming week. So UKOIL, EU are like my top trades. I've also set my alarm on EU. If we take out this lows here, then look for sorry guys, my voice. Crazy. So I'm expecting these lows to be taken out, and then look for a reversal pattern around this zone before we continue pushing to the upside. So guys, that is it. We already have a close on the weekly above this 1.15 thousand level. So that I'm just expecting a bit of retracement either Monday or Tuesday, then continue to the upside, guys. Okay, let me give you guys one tip. So I realized something. Most times when Monday doesn't create the high of the week, Tuesday usually create the high of the week. Wednesday usually lead to the expansion. Thursday might lead to a bit of continuation of Wednesday, or a retracement, a reversal of Wednesday move. So yeah, guys, that's just a little tip. Let's move on. So yeah, this is what I'm expecting for EU. Retracement to the upside and a push to the a retracement to the downside and a push to the upside. For GU2, I'm also expecting the same thing. If you go down to the weekly, you can see GU has been pushing to the upside, pressing upwards, and we are creating higher highs and higher lows, guys. So for EU2, I'm expecting just a little retracement and a push to the upside. So we already had a break and close above this level of the daily. Already had a break and close above this level of the daily. So I'm expecting more move to the upside for GU also. And if you come down to our 4 hour, you can see GU though on the 4 hour is kind of looking a bit messy, but the overall higher time frame move is still to the upside, because now we are creating kind of a higher high and higher low. I'm just expecting a bit of retracement, but I think I'll focus more on EU this week. So for GU, I just have this, something like this might happen and push to the upside. Yeah, so that is it. Now what do you have for silver? For silver is quite bullish, because you already have this push, you break above this level. Now what am I expecting? A retracement down to this level before we continue higher. And most times when silver breaks above a certain resistance and we test it, it tends to push to the upside. And you see that's quite what happened here. Silver had a resistance here, and quite back, resistance. So you can see this was quite a resistance for silver, and finally we broke above it. We tested it twice again before we continue higher. So I'm expecting a test of this level on silver before we continue to the upside. And also we have this imbalance here, this weekly fair value gap, so that creates kind of an imbalance for silver to rebalance before it continue higher. On the daily too we are bullish, on the weekly we are bullish, and on the 4 hour too we are bullish. And so since we are bullish, what am I expecting? I want to see a really deep retracement down to this level, then look for a reversal signal before we continue back to the upside for silver. So I already set my alarm. I'll be patient. I don't know how long it will take for it to give me that drop, or let's see if it will give me that drop. Or I'm ready to take a buy position from here once we break above, once we retest it. So yeah, that's it for silver. For USDCHF, you can see we are also bearish for USDCHF. And guys, check out my previous video. You see I've been sharing weekly updates on each of these pairs. You can see we are bearish on USDCHF. We broke above broke below this level of support. it broke below this level of support on the monthly, closed below it on the weekly also, and we tested it, and then now we are rejecting to the downside. So what do you expect, guys? For silver, I'm also bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, and also 4 hours. So you can see we had this push to the downside after we broke below this level. So what I'm expecting a rebalance of this fair value gap before we continue lower. If we go down to our 4 hour, you can see what silver is doing. It's bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly, bearish on the 4 hour. So what I'm expecting is from this level, I'm expecting a retracement to the upside. It's probably around this, around this zone. Then before we head back down, for USDCHF. For USDCHF, that's it, guys. Expecting a retracement to the upside before we head back down. If we use our 5-2, we'll also be having kind of a retracement into our optimal trade entry zone between the 0.62 and 0.755 level. So that would be a good spot to take an entry for USDCHF. Now for USDCAD, I'm also expecting bearish movements. You can see USDCAD is bearish. USDCAD is bearish. We created this reversal kind of double top on the weekly, came down, created the lower high, and now we are pushing to the downside. So we are bearish on the weekly time frame for USDCAD. Now if you look at the weekly time frame, we had this zone, this level that's created quite a resistance here, resistance, kind of resistance here, support, resistance. So that's quite a significant level for me to watch. What I'm expecting a retracement back to this level. Look for a reversal signal and continue pushing to the downside, probably taking out this lows here, this equal lows here for USDCAD. If you look at our 4 hour too, we are bearish. So I'm expecting most time Friday high to be taken out as liquidity before we continue lower. So this is what I'm expecting on USDCAD. Retracement from here, take out this liquidity before we continue to the downside. To this level. So that's it. So these are the pairs I'm looking at this week. USDCAD, I'm bearish, retracement to this upside before we continue lower. USDCHF, I'm also bearish, retracement to this upside before we continue lower. Silver, I'm bullish, retracement to this level before we continue higher. For GU2, I'm still bullish, retracement before we continue higher. For EU, I'm bullish, retracement lower before we continue higher to the upside. For DSY, I'm bearish, retracement higher before we continue lower. For oil, I'm bullish, retracement lower before we continue higher. And for UKOIL also, I'm bullish. So yeah, guys, these are the pairs I'm looking out for. So if I'm to say my top 3 pairs, I'll say UKOIL, EU, and maybe USDCHF. Well, I'll look for the one that gives me the best opportunity, guys. So these are the pairs I'm looking out for. I hope you guys too can take advantage of it and make some really good profits this coming week. Also, make sure you trust God and allow Him to guide you, to teach you how to trade profitably. Ask for His guidance, ask for His wisdom, because honestly, in this forex industry, you need God to guide you. Isaiah 48 verse 17 says He teaches us to profit and leads us in the way that we should go. So God can actually teach you to profit in this game if you trust Him well enough. So that's it. I'll round it up, and I'll see you guys in next weekend when I drop another video. Yeah, when I drop another video. Make sure you make the bag this week. Make sure you stay disciplined. Make sure you stay focused. Make sure you don't act on impulses or emotions, and make sure you also maintain a good risk management plan in your trading. Don't just open any lot side or trade anyhow. I mean, you should know how much you're risking for each trade you get into, and don't over trade. Less is more, guys. Don't over trade. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.